Alright, it's Chun Chun here, and for today's topic actually is the last topic, and it's written by Robert T. Kiyosaki. So the topic is how to overcoming the fear of failing. Maybe some of you will think about fear, and a lot of people will think about they are scared of failing when it comes to investing in real estate. So in our world actually there is everyone want to go to heaven, but no one want to die. So many people will not start the journey until all the lights are green. Unfortunately, too many people allow their excuse to get them life and their life love to live. So when a lot of people, when they want to start investing in real estate, actually a lot of people, they always have the excuse. So the excuse is, the number one excuse is no education. When people start to not having education, so for the rich people actually, they will think about how to get the education and then go and learn it and then implement it and then go through it. That's the first thing you need to know. When we talk about the advice of Robert T. Kiyosaki, actually when you talk about investing in real estate, actually for him, he is not really prefer about flipping the property, which means that you buy a property and then you fix it and then you sell it. For him, he's more prefer that you can acquire a property, which means that can generate the cash flow for you. Because for Robert, actually his target for people to build an asset. So for his rich dad say, an asset is the asset put money in your pocket, and the liability actually take the money out of your pocket. So because when you come into investing in real estate, because most homes actually cost money, because you need for insurance, property tax, repairs and other expenses. So for Robert, actually if you buy a house for you on stage, actually is a liability, because you need to pay all the expenses, so that every month your cash flow is out of your pocket. So to be financially free, your real estate must produce income in good or bad economics. Because when you learn that and you are free of life, this is very important. That's why financial education is very important. Then maybe some of people will think about excuse number two, which means is laziness. And a lot of people like what Jack Ma say, in the night think about many ideas, how to do this, how to do that, but after wake up and then still remain the same thing. So when you come into investing, it's same also. You need to know that the rich man actually, they are not work hard for money. Instead, you work hard to get the money, work hard from him. That's what financial education is. So nowadays, that for Robert, actually a lot of people, they will learn about professional education. And then for professional education, it's all about learning to work for money. But financial education actually is learning how to have money work for you. So the question you need to ask is, who works harder, you or your money, that help you to go forward? So the excuse number three is the fear of failing. That's what we call FEAR, stand for false evidence appearing real. That's why so many people, when it come to investing, they are quite fear about to do something risky. So how does a person overcome the fear of failing? Then very simple, get some education, gain some experience, find a mentor, get off of your butt, and then go do it. Then when you come into investing, that's why Robert, he's always the one of the reason he has a team, is that when you invest, when you go and have an advisor with a team with you, you will have seen a different point. So you can go through it and then you listen to the advice, listen to the expert. So it will more get you easier and better when you do investing. So Most great investment are right in front of you. The problem is seeing them. The reason most investments are hard to see is that great investments are seen with your mind, not your eyes. So when it comes about investing, now actually it's more about information age. So what you know is, what we talk about great investment is really is seen by your mind, not in your eyes. Because nowadays we have a lot of information, everything else in your market have a lot of real estate. So you need to find the right one and the great one. When it comes to real estate, then got some people they will talk about they want to try to do, and the person who really succeed is they commit to do it, not just to simply say just want to try. Then you when you come to investing in real estate, you need to know what Warren Buffett say. The more you learn, the more you earn. So the power of education is very important, because the reason education is important is that education train our brain to selectively take in information and turn information into meaning. Because nowadays it's an information age. When you just open your laptop, MacBook or phone, you can have a lot of search about the property, everything else is anywhere, any else. So how to find a great deal actually is you gain the education, and then you have your experience, and you know how to identify it, so you can get a better deal. So when you come into investing, maybe some of the people they'll have failed because the people they don't do anything is because fear cause other people to take action. But for the rich, and then for Robert, actually he has fear also. So his fear of failing, fear of losing. So they use their fear, his fear as a motivation to move forward. So as you can change for your mind, using the fear to make you move forward. That's a better thing you can do. And then excuse number 4 is the people who are lack of education and everything else is a lot excuse they don't think, not just about fear education. So all of this actually, when you go and learn it and then you go through it, actually you can face and then find a great deal. And when you come about, you know how to adjust your feeling to about the field, then you straight away you need to go forward. So when you come into investing, so you will fail. That's very important. You nobody will just go smoothly and do it. Just when you face it, and then you just solve the problem, and then you go through it. That's what you need to do. Because life is not how hard you hit, it's how hard you can get hit and move forward. So the experience of Robert is, when you come into real estate, you need to be careful the people who want to the salesperson want to sell you about the real estate. Because the people who want to sell you actually will talk about all the good thing, great thing about this real estate. They want to put in front of you and just push you to get the sale. So when you want to overcome this, the first is you must have your education, or you can get the mentors, or you can find someone who did very well in real estate. So you can learn from them, and then you know how to identify whether it's a great deal or not great deal or not. When you come into the people who want to sell you real estate, you need to know that you are the person who make the decision, no matter you want to get the deal or don't want to get the deal, not the other people trying to tell you. So you must to know what you want, then identify it, choose it, learn it, go through it. And that's what you need to know. When you come into investing, you need to think about maybe some deals that you always lose money. So if you have this kind of investment, you won't get more. But what about if the investment that you get actually can let you earn more money? So you will go through it and then get more the deal that the investment that can get you money. So when you come about in real estate, actually Robert advised that don't think about the property value sure will go up, everything else. There's no such thing like that, because the market will always shift, will go up and down, and suddenly You need to know that whether your property is getting you money or you are losing your money. Everything you need to know the numbers, everything else. So this is because when you find a great investment, you find the money. So go and find it. When you come about survey or you want to get a great investment property, actually you just target for number one is cash flow. You need to find a property which means that can provide positive cash flow every month for you, exclude all the expenses and the mortgage. That's first thing you know. Then second thing is amortization, which means that your mortgage actually is paid by your tenant, paid all by your tenant. Number three is depreciation. You can get through it when you have an investment or property. Every month you get the cash flow from it, so you can state your accounts and then the tax that as a depreciate, so you can do some accounting so that you pay less tax legally on the tax, so you can get more profit from it. That's what you can know. Number four is appreciation. So you buy a property, which means that you need to know that actually the property in the right location, in the right place, everything is good, so that it will appreciate. That's what you need to know. The fourth thing. So when Robert Hill's always target is if he want to sell the property, actually he is rather to borrow the equity and then continue to get the property that let the tenant pay for him, which means that you can target for the cash flow. Because for Robert actually is always target for the cash flow, not just about the capital gain that just buy fix and then get the cash. He's not target on that. So when you come about have problem about property, right, when you rent out and to the tenant, actually for Robert actually he is very focusing on using people. So he won't go and fix the toilet. If anything happen, he'll try to get into a property management company to manage their property, everything else, and then how to deal with developers, homeowner association, the lawyers, and everything else. You can go and solve it. So when you come into the deals, the tips from Robert is great investor love don't wanter. And if you want to become rich, look for don't wanter and then look at the real estate they don't want. You need to go to the people that they don't like their real estate and then they want to sell their real estate and then they don't like. Don't go to get the deal from the people who like their property and then everything else. This is a trick. So the person that they don't like a property, they don't know the property value, so that they want to sell it, and then you go and get the deal and then you change it, become your cash flow on it, and you get more profit. So when you face the bigger problem and then you will get a bigger lesson. That's what you know is just starting out. And then when you want to if you just first you want to start investing in real estate and then you are new, actually for Robert advice, actually you can get a property or invest in the property, which means that the distance is within an hour you can reach there. So that is easy for you go through it and then face the problem. So after that, slowly, step by step, when you have experience, you have a team, you have a property management team, so that you can expand your property investment, even though to overseas everything else you can expand it. But just when start, it's easily for you to start it within your radius, easy radius you get first. After this, slowly, step by step, then you expand your market. So you come to property, actually more properties, you should have more problems, and then otherwise you have more money. This should be. Because for Robert, actually he get richer by failing, and he found out that people who do not fail also do not succeed. So fail forward and then learn from it and then go through it. When you find about you want to get education, sure it's from books, but how you can get your advisor and mentors around you? The answer is go through it and always meet as many people as many you can meet, so that you can learn from people who are already there. So learn from the best, learn from the people who already gone there. There's, for example, you want to learn mathematics, surely you go and learn from people who get A plus on it, not just from the people who are fail from it. So this is the thing that you need to go through it and then learn through it. When just now we talk about the topics of how to overcome the fear of failing, right? When it comes to about overcome the fear of failing, it's just some step that you can go through it. That's good, actually. You have the fear, but how to overcome is the first is you can take some class or read the book before you starting. Learn it first, because the more you learn, the more you earn. That's first. Second is avoid taking advice from the loser. Just like I talked before that, learn from the expert. So if the loser that tell you that you're gonna lose money, everything else, don't listen to them. When the people who tell you everything is not good, you look at their result first. Are them is a good result, or are them is a bad result on it? So you learn and then you get. Number 3 is you find mentors, people who already have gone there, you learn from them. Number 4 is look at the minimum of 100 investment before buying anything, because nowadays in the market a lot of property, there's more. You can survey first. For the ratio of the Robert, actually is a target for, if you look for 100 unit, then you pick 1 unit. That's the formula from him. So number 5 is you start small. Even though you think big, but start small, because in property you need to be careful about the mortgage start reading. So when you start more, you learn from the small mistake. So you slowly, step by step, when you go up your value. So number 6 is always stay humble. Even though if you earn more money about things, always stay humble and then learn from the people and then go through it, learn from other people's mistake, and then you move forward. Number 7 is you need to dream big. So what you target is just like Robert Kiyosaki. Actually, when he is coming into real estate, he not target about how many property you want to own about, but he is target for financial freedom. That's what he want to dream. So what is your dream? Please dream big. Number 8 is remember the world is filled with hardworking poor people. There's a lot of people, they are very work hard, and then but they are slave to money. But in your mind, you need to know that you need to having your money work hard for you. It's not you go hard and then work for the money. So number 9, there are no perfect investment. You need to have in your mind that if you do nothing, you learn nothing. So go, feel forward, and then feel to do something, everything else, just move. Number 10 is, and do not fix the toilet. When Robert, actually, when he is facing a lot of problem, like if he is sharing their renting his property out, and then if some problem happen, actually he will ask the expert go and fix it. For example, if the toilet is broken, everything else, so he will hire a professional and then go and fix it. And then when you want to sell your property, and then he will hire a real estate agent, and then he will get through the accountant, everything else, to help him to move forward. So when you come into real estate, actually the concept of what we call, Robert, is the real estate is actually is not your asset unless you know how to manage it, package it into an asset so that it can provide the cash flow for you. So when we talk about asset, actually is the money put into your pocket, and then liability is the things that money is put out of your pocket. So when you come into investing, then it's not the things that become asset or liability, but it's your mind, yourself, go through it, how to do it, so that the thing is become asset for you, so will generate the cash flow. So when you come about investing in real estate, maybe some of the people that have do not have enough money to investment, and then if you do not solve the problem, so that you will never start. So just like what Henry Ford is, thinking is the hardest word. That's why so few people engage on it. So when we come about investing, you need to think about it, always thinking how to do it, not just sit there and waiting the property will come for you. When you come about investing, and you need to be careful also for the people who want to do flipping, because you need to look at the market of the history, what we call 2007, so that the market crash, so that all the property value go down. But for Robert Target, actually, he target a property no matter the market is up and down, but he still can correct the cash flow from it, just like a rental, so that can every month get the cash flow from it. So when you talk about rich people and poor people, how you can differentiate the people? So the poor people actually, they will think about, oh, I can't afford it. But the rich, actually, they always think about, how can I afford it? So you're gonna have the mindset how you can learn it, earn it, and then get it. That's what you need to know. If you do nothing, you learn nothing. So if you learn nothing, you remain poor. Also remember, the only way you can fail is to fail to do something. That's what you need to know, and then just fail forward. But just like if you drive your car, if for the people who know how to drive your car, they have the license, actually driving a car actually is easy for them. So for the people who don't know how to drive the car, actually they will feel hard to drive the car. It's just like the swimming also. The people who don't know how to swim, actually swimming is hard for them, but the people who know how to swim, so they can swim everywhere. So that's the word is, if you do not know how to swim, if you're just changing the swimming pool, is not used for you also. So when you come into real estate investing, you need to learn, work. Sure, you're gonna fail, but when you face some problem, you face it and then you solve the problem. Just like what Elon Musk say, your income is directly proportional to the problem you can solve. So you can go through it not just by you alone. You can form a team with an expert lawyer, or is a good and a great lawyer, great real estate agent, great real estate broker, great accountant, great advisor. Form a team together, invest together with your mentors, with your knowledge, reading books, get educated, learn from it, go through it. Hope you success in your future. See you.